Let's go to the marketing ideas now. I gave you one a while ago. Hire military vet. Number one idea, call the media. Call the media. Call the local TV stations, the radio stations, the newspaper. Tell them I'm sick and tired of hearing all the negative business news. Our company's doing great, and I think you ought to come out and interview me. What if somebody says yes? Again, I used to be an assignment editor at a television newsroom. If you called and you were enthusiastic about your company, chances are I would send a crew out. They come back, interesting feature, does both of us good to put you on the TV news tomorrow night. So, results. Chicago, 2007, downturn of the economy. A CEO ran a company that did remodeling work for big office buildings downtown Chicago. In that economy, they were going broke. I said, call the local media before you go out of business. 3 weeks later, half-page feature article with pictures about his company, the front of the business section of the Chicago Sun-Times, biggest paper in town. You want to know how much that cost? Nothing. But you want to know how big a deal it was? It kept them from going bankrupt. Everybody called. Oh, you must be very successful. Well, we're glad you called. I cannot tell you how glad we are you called. And I challenged somebody to call the people across downtown to call CNN. I said, call them. Tell them you're doing great. He called CNN here in Atlanta. They came out and did a feature on his company and ran it on CNN Worldwide. Now he puts out the signature of all his emails as featured on CNN Worldwide. Who understands it's all perception in America? Yeah, did you see that? Did you see that? Just one phone call. Okay, so call the media. I'm going to give you 9 ideas. One of these is really going to be very exciting for you. Idea number 2. Let's say you could identify 10 ideal new clients. I don't care how big they are. I don't care how tough they are. Identify 10 ideal new clients you'd love to have. Identify the CEO. My mother told me, start with the top. Start with the top. So we're going to identify the CEO. We're going to write a 1-page handwritten letter to each one of those CEOs. Wait a minute, Boaz, what is this handwritten letter stuff? Haven't seen one of those since it took 2 seashells to park your dinosaur. Okay, would you rather be stuck about 10,000 emails that never get answered? Well, you haven't seen my handwriting. Okay, 2 words for you. Slow down. Okay, slow down. We're going to write a 1-page handwritten letter to each one of those 10 CEOs stating, with our expertise at X, Y, and Z, give 3 of your best services or products. With our expertise at this, and this, I think we can be of service to your company, and I'd like to set up a meeting for coffee. Notice the words are carefully chosen. Everybody wants a meeting. I'm saying a meeting for coffee. So with our expertise at X, Y, and Z, I think we could be of service to your company, and I'd like to set up a meeting for coffee. And then we're going to send those 10 handwritten letters to those 10 CEOs once a week, every week, same day, by FedEx until they call or issue a restraining order. Now, I'm going to save you some money on this. You can send it on a Wednesday for a 3rd-day delivery. They will not look in the upper right-hand corner. It'll show up Monday morning. They'll think it's overnight, okay? Now, the 4th week of the FedEx campaign, for those who haven't responded, we're going to add a little yellow Post-it note right on top of the letter, and the note will say, I'm sure glad you finally opened this. How many of you would agree we should interject a little more humor into business? Let's not be so stilted, okay? Okay. And by the way, I'm just curious, how's business? And so the note could say, I'm sure glad you finally opened this. Or another note might say, aren't you impressed with the way I got your attention? No, we don't like people who hear things out of the box. So let me report to you, California company. They had been trying to get into the door of a big company, WD-40, for 3 years. 3 years, nothing happening. They do my silly little old school FedEx corny campaign, and in the 4th week, they get a call from the vice president of WD-40. I don't know what you did to my CEO, but he sure seems to like you. He told me to call you. How many think it's a much better deal for them to call you in 4 weeks than you tried to reach them for 3 years? Hello? Hello. But the 7th week of the FedEx campaign, for those who haven't responded, this is an 11-week campaign to get you more business. So the 7th week, we're going to do what we call a change-up. Baseball season has started. Some of you know what a change-up is. So instead of the letter, we're going to send a brand new baseball, little cardboard box to each one of them who haven't responded. Baseball, cardboard box, by FedEx. The note is going to say, I'm the one sending the Monday morning FedEx, and sooner or later we will play ball, so give me a call.